Cribbled Sports Betting. Today we're going to talk about NFL Sunday Week 8 games. Let's get into it. So if you guys watched the last video about my Thursday night football matchup, those picks went 3-0. So if you followed my advice last time, you would have won some serious money. But let's get into this. So week 8. So the first game of the day is going to be Jacksonville versus Denver in London at 9:30 a.m. So the first pick that we're going to be looking at today is Trevor Lawrence passing yards. So Trevor Lawrence passing yards currently is at 215 and a half yards. So right now, I'm taking the over on this. So Trevor Lawrence this season, he's been very consistent with this. In the 7 games he's played, he's gone 5 for 7 on this bet. So the number is so low because Denver's defense is currently number 2 in the NFL with passing yards allowed. So the odds makers are really taking that into account, making this number way lower than it should be, in my opinion. I mean, he's averaged 240 yards the past 5 games. Last week, he crushed it, 310 passing yards. I think this number, even though Denver's defense is so good, I think this number is just a little bit too low. I think that he might hit this easy, might throw for 250, 260 in that range. So Trevor Lawrence passing, definitely something that I'm going to be taking. We're taking that over. Next bet we're going to be looking at is going to be a receiving prop. My guy, where is he? I think he's all the way at the bottom. Where is he? Yep, second to last. So, Amari Cooper. So, Amari Cooper this season, if you look at the stat sheet, he's been a little inconsistent. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. But Amari Cooper, 54.5 yards. I'm actually going to be taking this over this week. So, Amari Cooper this season at home, he's currently 3 for 4 in home games with this number. So, he's hit this number, 54 yards. He's hit it in 3 of the 4 home games that the Browns have played. This number on the road, he's 1-3, right? So these 9 yards, 44 yards. He's been pretty inconsistent on the road, but at home he's been a slam dunk. So this game against Cincinnati, it's a Browns home game. So I'm riding the ship with Amari Cooper. I think he's going to be able to hit this number at home, 54.5. So Amari, I've actually hit on him a lot of this season. I bet him against Pittsburgh, against the Chargers. Just something about Amari Cooper in those home games. He's just a different guy. He's just, the skills come out at home. So I'm gonna ride this ship. We're taking Amari Cooper over 54.5 yards. All right, the next pick we're gonna get into. So this one is actually a Monday night game pick, but still I saw it and I just fell in love with it. So we have Mr. Shiesty himself. We have Mr. Where is he? Oh, here he is, George Pickens. So currently, George Pickens' receptions is at 4, right? So look at his stats. The last 4 games, he's gone 6-3, 6-6. So George Pickens, when Kenny Pickett is in the lineup, it just seems like a completely different receiver than we've seen earlier in the season. So Kenny Pickett has started the last 3 games, right? He came in against the Jets late. He didn't start, though. But when Kenny Pickett has been on the field, George Pickens has been a very good wide receiver. So the last time he's missed this number 4-3 was against Tampa Bay. So if you guys remember, Kenny Pickett was in this game and then left due to injury, and Mitch Trubisky came in. But I'm pretty confident if Pickett stayed in the game, George Pickens would have hit this over, and he would have made it 4 straight. So with Kenny Pickett in the lineup, he's 3 for 4 on this. I think he would have gone 4 for 4 if he didn't get injured. But yeah, I trust George Pickens a lot with Kenny Pickens to hit this number 4. I mean, he's been consistent with it, and he's missed the one because of the injury. So I think that he's gonna hit it this week, 4 receptions. I think that this number, if he was at 4.5, I might be a little more sketched out about it. 4 gives you that push possibility, so I think 4 is a good number for this. I'm gonna take George Pickens, over 4 receptions. All right, next one. So those ones I'm extremely confident about. Then there's this one. So Taysom Hill. Everyone loves Taysom Hill. He's cute. He runs these little quarterback draws. Everybody knows he's going to run the ball. He still runs for a touchdown every time, and it's a big surprise, and it's like crazy. But currently, his prop's at 26.5 yards. Personally, I'm still taking this under. So there's Taysom Hill games, and then there's non-Taysom Hill games. I don't think that this week is going to be a Taysom Hill game. So he had the one game, of course, against Seattle where he ran for 112 yards, 3 touchdowns. He threw a touchdown, and it was crazy. And then slowly his production has gone down farther and farther. Last week he only had 3 carries for 9 yards. So I think the Taysom Hill usage is just going to keep dropping. I don't think that he's going to be close to this number. He might have like 1 carry. He might have 0 carries. Like, we don't really know, but his carries have dropped the past 3 weeks every week. So one I'm not as comfortable with, but I would definitely consider playing the Taysom Hill under 26.5 yards. All right, and the final prop we have for this Sunday is going to be a receptions prop. This one's going to be D'Andre Swift. So D'Andre Swift has been injured the past couple weeks. He comes back into the lineup against Miami. Currently, his receptions number is set at 3.5, and I found this really interesting because he has only hit this number once this year. Oh no, it wasn't this year. Okay, I was gonna say he's not even hit it this year. This was last year. He has not hit this number this year, yet they opened it extremely high. I would have expected 2.5, but 3.5 for a guy that hasn't hit that at all this year. Plus, coming off the injury, his usage might be lower. That's not something I'm really taking into account because if he's playing the game, I assume he's going to play his normal snap counts. But D'Andre Swift at 3.5 receptions, I think that the value for this under is too high. I mean, can he get 4? I mean, probably, maybe. But he hasn't had it this season, so it's not something we've seen. So I'm going to take the under with D'Andre Swift. Something I'm less confident about than my first 3 picks, but I could definitely consider playing this under as well. So there we have it, my 5 picks for Week 8 so far. Trevor Lawrence, more than 215 yards. Amari Cooper, more than 54.5 yards. George Pickens, over 4 catches. Taysom Hill, under 26.5 rushing yards. And D'Andre Swift, under 3.5 receptions. So hopefully you guys take my picks, win some money. Let's go. Good luck, guys.